everyone, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time viewing one of my drum lessons, thank you for taking the time. For everybody that's coming back, thanks again for your continued support. This lesson is basically a training lesson that forms part of your weekly practice. It could be even daily practice. You'll see here I've got a grid of a few exercises that I work on. Now, I made this about 8 or 9 years ago because I needed to work on perfecting the basics again. So I ventured away from this for a few years and didn't think it was as important. I'm now having to go back and fix these up. So I've got some practice ideas and some basics that we learn from our first drum lesson and probably within the first 10 drum lessons. They are the basics, which are the basic 5. I've done a video on this as well. Single stroke roll, right hand speeds, left hand speeds. We'll be doing right foot singles, left foot singles. Then we go into double stroke roll, single paradiddle, double paradiddle, triple paradiddle. Flams, we go around the drum kit, playing 4s or a group of semiquavers. A rock beat, 1 and 1, which is basically right hand, 1 hit, right foot, 1 hit, same on the left. 2 and 2, 2 hits, 2 hits, and 1 and 2. You either play that as a triplet, 1 and a 2 and a 3, or you play it as a gallop, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And the last one is a Virgil Donati pattern that I saw on one of his 80s drumming videos. We play 7 notes, which are in a crescendo, and then we play the next 7 notes decrescendo, and we loop that. The reason why it's gridded like this is you can choose if you want to go up 5 beats per minute, 10 beats per minute, and you write that. You start with a tempo, then depending on your progress, you may add 5 beats, 5 beats, 5 beats, or go up by 10. Although we're writing down the speed, we want to be accurate with everything that we're doing. No point going 20 beats per minute up and it starts to sound either tight or like rough around the drum kit. One tom is louder than another. So the goal here is finesse and accuracy. Then before you know it, your speed improves. You may play out at a gig. You may be playing your favorite songs. You'll find that your speed around the kit, you're more efficient. And it just kind of happens. Work on this every day. Get a whiteboard, grid it how you see fit, and maybe add in a few of your own patterns or basics that work best for you. What I'd like you to do is comment below any patterns that you work on a daily basis, so that other drummers who are watching this video will go through the comments and see different patterns. Also, if you think I've missed some patterns that should have been included, let me know in the comments as well. And if you want a lesson on anything, let me know. All right, let's get started. I've actually got this device, which is a Korg Beat Lab. So it's a few years old now, and basically what it does, it's a metronome, and you can have different time subdivisions, and you can also add in semiquaver, group of 4, triplets, quavers, crotchet. Give you a quick example. So that's just 100 BPM. That's where I'd get you to start with pretty much everything here, and then go from there. If 100 is too quick, go 80, maybe even go 60 BPM. What you can do next, add in your quavers. If you want to know what triplets sound like over the main beat, lastly, semiquavers. So when we set 100 BPM, for most things on the list, it will be semiquavers. So 4 per beat. Okay, here we go. Now we may lose this in the microphones a little bit, but I'll keep playing to it and you'll see the groupings of 4 as well. Single stroke roll. What we'll do next, we'll do the basic 5 first, and then we can come back. Next is double stroke roll. So 2 hits, making that a 4 that will fit per beat. Single paradiddle. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And you hear on the metronome that higher click is beat 1. Now, double paradiddle, I'll turn the metronome off because it fits better over 3 beats. You'll hear now that there's 3 beats. 1, 2. Next, what we'll play is triple paradiddle. So in this one, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left. It fits back on 4/4. So, and then we're playing semiquavers. The hits will sound like this. Okay, here we go. Triple paradiddle. We got down to here, triple paradiddle. We're going to go back. We're going to go right hand, right foot, left foot. So 4 different patterns. What we want to do with our right hand is play semiquavers. So we do this. Now, 100 is probably too quick. I started at 70. 100 it is. So that type of hi-hat playing, or the quick singles on the right hand, is very much like Alex Van Halen's playing. He played on the hat like that, and he actually plays it on the bell of the ride the same. Next one is left hand. Now let's go back. I started at 70. That's right hand, left hand. Then we go to our feet. So on the feet, I started at 55. We'll go back to 55. So put it near the microphone. When we're working on our feet, and this is the same when you first play double pedal, something really important to focus on when you're playing patterns on your feet, whether it is playing a double pedal, 2 bass drums, or even just playing between bass drum and hi-hat, is to not try and balance on the drum kit when you have to play a pattern. So holding down on the snare and the floor tom and playing. are your balance points, then you can't play anything else. You've only got your feet. So what we do is, there's a couple of ways. You can either tip your drumsticks up like this and play your patterns, or what some people do, they hold the bottom of their chair and they balance. Try to only rest your hands near your body. Instead of grabbing your seat or holding onto the drums, rest them on your lap maybe, or hold your drumsticks out of the way. You want your hands free because you're going to be playing different patterns. Now, anybody who plays double pedal, so what you want to do, get the best center balance. You don't want to lean too far forward or too far back, or maybe because you're trying to play your right foot, you'll lean more to your left. So most drummers will be leaning slightly to the left. So if you're playing, weight slightly shifts over. That's why if we can learn to balance as early as possible, you can do your open hi-hat patterns. Back to the feet. In this one, we set 55. You can go slower if you want. That's 55. Semiquavers. Let's do right foot. Okay. With the hi-hats, a little bit tricky. Depending on how you have your hi-hat set, some people have it the nut on the hi-hat loose, so you get more of a wash when you play. When you're practicing this method, you're probably going to have the hi-hat a little bit more open than normal. So a lot of drummers, including myself, I only have it open very little. That way I can sizzle the hat, or I can open the hat, but not too much. So open it up that little bit more, and then you're able to play this pattern. Let's set the tempo. Semiquavers. We've got our right hand playing singles, left hand playing singles, right, and then left foot. Practice this around the kit as well. You don't just want hi-hat and ride. Every tom is tuned differently, so it will flex more the lower the drum. So if we go to here, it needs more effort to get a note in. Pick 4 drums. Now, if you've got snare 2 up and 1 down, that's more common. You're just doing 4 hits per drum. Then you can practice on your feet. Keep moving on. Next is flams. So flam, normally. Quiet left hit to a loud right hit. Then opposite. Quiet right hit, loud left hit. A couple of those. So I'll separate the flam a little bit so you can hear how it works, and I'll play these strokes higher. Here we go. Now the flam's closer in. Go back to my first tempo, which is 180. Now don't freak out. With the flams, that's 180 at crotchet speed. So it'll sound like this. So if you're doing one flam per beat that you hear, it's not too quick. If you want, you may do 2 flams, or you might do 4. I would probably say do 2. That way you do your right accent, left in the gap, then right accent, and left in the gap as well. So. So you can see how you can either keep going quicker, get it up to 240, 250, or wind it back down and do 2 hits per metronome beat. Again, everything we're doing in this, wherever possible, play it around the drum kit. Because if you're playing over here, you want it to still sound good. So if you have to do like something like that, you want to be able to play all the different tensions. You may even play it on the cymbals or up on the rotos. Next one, playing drum rolls around the drum kit is what every person wants to play when they think of playing drums. If they think, I'm going to take on drum lessons, they want to play all the drum rolls. Play a rock beat and then playing fills. This one's an easy one. 4 hits per drum. So we've got snare, tom, tom, floor. The one tricky bit is getting the left hand, which plays the last hit, back to here without getting in the way of the right hand when we loop this. So it's like this. Pretty simple. Now around the kit I did 120 a long time ago with semi-quavers. It sounds like this. This pattern especially, you want to be able to play clean. Now you can play your 4 like that around the kit. If you're playing a bigger drum kit or slightly different configuration, then you can practice your patterns around the drums on different toms and cymbals and everything. Let's go through around the kit again and gradually make it quicker. You can put the bass drum in as your center of time. So that's 1 bass drum per set of 4. Now experimenting around the kit. Work on this one. Make sure it's clean before you go to the next 5 or 10 beats per minute. The next 3 patterns I'm teaching are very simple, but you work on them every day. You want to get it sounding good and then 5 beats per minute every day. First things first, again, we use the 4 drums, so snare, 2 toms, and a floor. This one is what I call 1 and 1. We're doing right hand 1 hit, right foot 1 hit, and we repeat. Same with the left. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. You can do left hand, right foot. Left hand, left foot. The other one is right hand, left foot. Now that's if you've got percussion on your left foot, or just playing a simple hat. Some people have a cowbell, a snare drum, they could have another bass drum. It just gets you trained up that if you do have to use that in a performance or a recording, that left foot works really well. 2 and 2. 2 right hands, 2 bass drums, and of course 2 left hands, 2 hi-hats, and then we can mix them up. So here we go. That's really cool for doing fills. So you can go. You can see how you can play that around the kit and be creative using hi-hats, cymbals, and other drums. Do that, right hand, right foot, left foot, and then mix it up. So right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Got one more of those 3 to go, and that is 1 hit on the hand, 2 hits on the feet. 2 ways to play it, either triplets or a gallop. However you want to play them, practice them around the kit. Let's do triplets around the kit using the 4 drums again. With the hi-hat. Lucky last for this lesson. This one I worked on every day. I saw Virgil Donati play it, and it's simple, but to get it right is more complex. And then to experiment with the dynamics a little bit and placing that in a song or as part of your practice becomes tough. This is how it works. 7 notes in a crescendo, 7 notes decrescendo. Here we go. trick to make it more efficient is when I start playing or play the quietest of the notes, the drumstick is pointed down. Like an accelerator, when I need to go louder, I know it's not faster, but when I need to go louder, you push down, and that gives you that range of motion with the drumstick. So you start like this, and then opposite. You just over here on the drumstick at the end. You'll see now, my arms will go kind of downwards, and then they go upwards again. You can repeat a couple, so you can go quiet to loud, quiet to loud, quiet to loud, and then maybe do a couple of loops loud to soft. So you could go. Decrescendo. Decrescendo is like a bouncing ball because you've got all the energy at the first note. You've got that downwards motion. And you can do 7 at the same dynamic. Add in the hi-hat. Bass drum. Bass drum playing crotchets. So we'll wrap this lesson up. Create a board like this. Let's say 5 patterns that you really like playing. Then you will need at least 10 patterns that you must be practicing every day. There will be patterns you don't enjoy playing. You might not like playing flams. You might not like playing 2 and 2 around the kit, or doing basic fills, so just playing 4s. It can get boring. It's like a basic rock beat. But a lot of hit songs just have that basic rock beat. And if you're playing in a band and the singer or the musical director saying, all we need is a beat, that's what you do. You just play what they ask you to do. You don't need all of the fills on top. A great example of sticking to what is needed is the song Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. That song there is just a basic rock beat. As soon as a drummer gets creative and does one of these 2 things, the beat is ruined. If they drive the hi-hat too hard, next one, they think it's a bit of a dancey beat, play 4 on the floor. You want to be sticking to what is needed with those kind of beats and the basics. Look at this practice schedule as a daily commitment to your drumming. You are able to hold yourself accountable per week or per day, depending how you want to do this. Do it in a way where you can rub out the numbers at certain times. Let's say you fill it up and then you're going to start again, however it works out for you. But make it so you can alter it and maybe add in some new things. So I've got another whiteboard that I want to put new exercises in. Please comment below, guys, your feedback and also the exercises that you play and some of the things you work on. There will be drummers who have seen this video as the first video on my channel, and I would like you to comment below and say there's also, maybe this pattern or this exercise It might build strength, it might build endurance, it may build up finesse around the drum kit. That way, when a drummer sees one of my lessons, they're also seeing further teaching, further advice, feedback. They're also able to say, well, I would like to see that explained a little bit further, or can you do a part 2 where you explain how this can be expanded, or how is this used in a song? Might be a well-known song out there where there might be single stroke roll or a double stroke roll, potentially some fills or some patterns. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. If you've liked and subscribed, thank you as well. Please comment. I do really appreciate every like, every comment, every bit of feedback, and the time you've taken to watch these lessons. I really appreciate your suggestions on lessons as well. And I'm looking forward to doing some more lessons on the songs that you've recommended, and also going back to basics around the drum kit. Hope you all have a great week. Bye for now.